Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. This is my series on boundaries. I am Dr. Jessica Williams, and today I'll be discussing the importance of boundaries. So let's look at what a boundary is. A boundary is something that indicates or fixes a limit or extent. It's a line that marks the limits of an area, a dividing line. So, what a boundary is it's something that establishes order. It sets levels of access. It keeps something out but allows something in. So, for example, if we look at a traffic light or stop sign, that is a boundary that establishes order because that's for protection and a safeguard. So, when that light is red, it's setting a boundary that you cannot go, that you must stop because there's other traffic that is coming. And if you go on a red light, you could crash into oncoming traffic and somebody, you or somebody else, can get seriously hurt or it can result in a fatal accident. That yellow light is setting a boundary, letting you know that it's time to slow down because you're getting ready to stop. Although we know that most people will speed up when you see that yellow light. And that green light means access. You can go. You have permission to go. It is safe to go. And so just like that traffic light or that stop sign, you have to set boundaries in your life. Boundaries are a way to show what you value. It sets the tone for how you allow other people to treat you. So, for example, if you're one that will not tolerate disrespect, you set that boundary. So if somebody disrespects you, you're going to say something to them about it. And you're going to either impose a boundary upon them, like if you disrespect me again, you don't have access to me. You're going to cut off access because of that disrespect. So a boundary is showing people that you value yourself and that you are going to make them value you the same way that you value yourself. Now, if you don't value yourself, you're not going to set boundaries. And if you have no boundaries, then anybody is going to treat you any old kind of way they want to, and they will take advantage of you. So a boundary establishes that line between you and other people. Another example of the importance of boundaries, if you're a parent that has children, you're not going to give everybody access to your children. Certain people that you trust, you will allow in your children's life. That is for their safety and that is for their protection. Another boundary you might set with your children is they don't get to play on their tablets or their games or go outside until that homework is completed. That is a boundary that is establishing structure and order. So a boundary sets everything in its place. If you think about your home or your car, not everybody has keys to your home or keys to your car or the code. It establishes who gets in and who gets out. You don't want everybody in your home that you don't trust. Not everybody should have access to your house like that, in and out. Same with your life, your life has to have boundaries. Not everybody should have access to you at any given time. There are people that you are close to, that you trust, that you will allow to call you at maybe 2 o'clock in the morning because that's a trusted relationship. Not everybody has that same kind of access. So boundaries are so important. And I know that it's very difficult for people to set boundaries because when you set a boundary, sometimes people will resist it. They'll get mad at you. You might feel guilty, but keep in mind that it's important because if you don't set that boundary, that is saying that you don't value yourself and you must value yourself. So this is just me today laying the framework and the groundwork for what a boundary is and the importance of a boundary. And later on, as I get into more episodes and throughout the series on boundaries, we're going to look at the different types of boundaries and how to implement them. But thank you so much for joining me today on this episode on the importance of boundaries. I am Dr. Jessica Williams, and my motto is inspiring hope, igniting peace. And I thank you for joining me today, and join me for the rest of this series as we continue.